I don't know about y'all, but I see a lot of news, and it's a lot of fear spreading. It's a lot of bad news, a lot of this, a lot of this. People trying to say, oh, you should do this with your money, you should do this. This is not the right thing to do, this. There's always so much information, and for the most part, it's always bad information or like bad news. You know what I mean? And let me tell you this. Me personally, and this is not financial advice or anything. This is just my goals, my plan, and just what I think. So not financial advice. But look, I'm investing for the long term, man. I'm not investing to flip every day. I'm not day trading, which I feel like a lot of this news is for those people. But I'm not doing that personally. All right? So I understand that my path in this investment game is long term, and I just have to stay consistent and committed and not get emotional when I see the freaking market swing. You get what I mean? And if there's a crash, all I have to see that as is an opportunity to get a discount on the stocks that I'm buying, the ETFs and all these different things. And that's the way I think about it, and that's the way it should be thought about. Because if we're young, especially as younger people, if you're older, closer to retirement, of course, you might have to be a little bit more conservative. But for the younger audience, as myself, we have to remember that there has been plenty of crashes, and this one is always different. That's what the news will say, or people will talk about, like, this one is different because it is, this one's different because it is. Man, they were all different in ways, right? And they will all happen. And if a big crash comes, I'm gonna keep investing unless if I lose a job. If you lose a job and you have to cut back on the investments, that's a whole different story. But to see the stock price drop, and then you see it on Reddit all the time. I read a couple of those. People with this latest, it wasn't even a big crash, but with all the tariffs, you know how like the prices went down, right? A lot of people were selling, and now that it's at a higher freaking price, they're like, man, I should have never sold. I should have just kept it. And now I'm back at this, and and then they go, it's a whole thing about it, man. It's a whole thing. And it sucks though, because imagine having a low cost basis, right? And then you sell because you fear like it's gonna keep dropping. And if you need the money, that's a different story, right? But if you don't need the money, just keep investing. But they have sold. And then now that they see that the tariffs kind of been eased up on, or they kind of been delayed and all these different things, then they're like, dang, now the stock market is up a lot. Now I need to get back in, or should I wait for another crash? And then they're going to be on the sidelines for so long that they lose the time in the market, and they're trying to time the market. And that's not okay. But I understand it though. When I first started investing and I was seeing the prices moving around, and I guess a mistake that I made was looking at my portfolio every single day. And I still do. I'm going to be honest. I look at that every single day pretty much. But I don't get too emotional now, man. Like when the tariffs were getting announced and everything, my freaking one of my holdings was down like almost $1,000. I was like, shh. But I understood now. I was like, you know what? Let me just keep investing. If anything, I upped a little bit the amount I was contributing. And then that brought my cost basis down. And now, right now, I'm up even more than before. You get what I'm saying? And that's just the way I like thinking about this. That's a discount as a way to get ahead. You know what I mean? And you see a lot of people that are close to retirement that are like, oh, this is not good for the market. This is not. Everyone's in a whole different position. And you got to do your due diligence and put yourself in the right position for when things like this happen. But I really just want to come on here and say, be careful with all the news that you read up. Don't get too emotional, and have a plan and stick to it, man. If your plan has been to invest a certain amount for 10 plus years, just because the market is going crazy doesn't mean you have to sell now. Doesn't mean you shouldn't be contributing still. The only things that should affect the amount you're contributing or investing is if you don't have an emergency fund. And that's why it's so important to have that. So when the market does what it does, one, if you lose a job or you need extra money, you have that on the sidelines to be able to buy what you need, right? And two, if you have an emergency fund, and not even just emergency, but like savings on top of that, when there's a big drop, that you can put a lump sum in, and that return will be insane. And that's why you got to think about it a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Especially if your plan has been to be on this for the long term, man. Don't let the news, the media, all the different things that are spreading fear, and it's like that's because that's what sells. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what people are gonna be spreading, and it makes sense though, because like that's what gets engagement, and then that's what makes more money. So it makes sense on why. But all you have to do is understand what your plan has been and stick to that plan, and don't let your emotions get the better of you. But of course, be prepared. Have that emergency fund. Have those funds on the side if you want to jump in at a great price. All these different things, man. And who knows what will happen. I could be saying this, and then literally next month the whole market crashes and the freaking S&P 500 goes back to $1. Who freaking knows, right? Who knows how actually crazy and volatile everything will be in the next coming months. But one thing is, things seem to be going a little too well. And I don't know if there's going to be like a little correction thing or a big drop off eventually. Maybe not this year, maybe next year, who knows? Or if everything that's going on is actually helping the economy. And I'm not too informed on all these things, so I'm not going to really speak on it too much. But that's why I just stress, and I'm working hard to build up that emergency fund so that I'm ready. And besides that, I'm going to just keep contributing, because I have the plan, and I'm going to follow it, and I'm going to stay disciplined and committed. And if the price drops or the stocks that I have drop, I'm going to keep investing in them to bring that average down, so then in return I can have a higher return. And that's pretty much what I'm doing, man. Now I'm going to freaking go home so I can eat. I've been filming. Look, I brought my other camera out. I was filming, and now I get to go home and eat, man. Hot day today, but it's been a nice day. And I've been seeing a lot of that negative news, man. And I just want to remind myself and let y'all know too, like, you have a plan, stick to it, you know? And don't let all this freaking media get to you, man. Don't get emotional. Because when you get emotional and you act out of that, bad things happen, man. Bad things happen. But of course, stay ready. Stay vigilant. You know what you got to do at the end of the day. Have those emergency funds. Have those funds on the sides. And be ready, man. But don't let all this negative news get to you and distract you and take you away from your path. You get what I'm saying? Because they're there to do that. Because then they might profit off of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you have the plan. You got to stick to it. Healthy food. Like, this food is so delicious. Got just plain rice. That's good, right? Actually, one more scoop. I'm not trying to bulk up a little bit. I'm trying to lose, but I'm also trying to bulk up. Then we got some chicken. I'm gonna need like 3 pieces of these. And then what is this right here? What are these called? The green peppers? Green beans. I can't even open this. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Say hello. Oh, and this was freaking sleeping. Oh, my bad. It's alright, man. It's alright. I don't know if I'm gonna like it with this. Nice and steamy. The health journey continues. Let's see. I'm gonna risk it today. See if I like it with this. There we go. Wow. Stay healthy, everybody. Take care.